I looked at it and I thought, wow, 84 objective. That's going to be tough to reach. I mean, it's kind of like trying to eat an elephant in one bite. And over the last 10 years and looking at what we've accomplished, it's amazing. I mean, it's really shaped our culture.
In the case of TriData report, we got a huge information dump about the organization in general, and we had to try to work our way back to the specifics of fire safety, fire effectiveness. And it was maybe a different approach than most of us were used to, but it turned out to be very valid and very helpful.
It was the first time that there had ever really been any kind of organized way that management or anybody had come directly to firefighters and asked them what they thought about wildland fire management, specifically related to safety.
The leadership initiative, I mean, quite honestly, has just created absolutely fundamental change in how firefighters approach their work and how they approach working with each other. And then human factors, that's been a complete shift in focus. During the project, a participant had commented that we understand the science of fighting fire, but we don't understand the science of people fighting fire. And I think there were never more true words spoken. And today, I think we have a much better understanding of the science of people fighting fire.
I think the first thing that, and what I'm most actively involved in is the focus on developing our workforce in regards to awareness of human factors and how that affects behavior on the fire ground, decision-making skills and leadership skills. And, eventually this TriData went a long way in helping us establish the Wildland Fire Leadership Development Program.
I think TriData was important to the community because it addressed culture, human factors, leadership skills. It provided a catalyst for some folks to bring those more into focus and address those and be an agent of change.
One of the things you can gain from the leadership toolbox is a lot of the educational curriculum we talked about with sand table exercises, the use and development of staff rides, all these experiential tools that our young firefighters coming up need to be using to develop themselves as good leaders.
I think the emphasis on leadership training, that's another really big thing that we have now that you think about. We just didn't have it 10 years ago. We had people working independently on leadership issues, but we didn't have full-on organizational support for that.
I think another major result was the founding of the Center for Lessons Learned, that you should learn from your past mistakes and get that information in a way that other people can share those lessons.
The establishment of a Lessons Learned Center, modeled upon what the military had done, I think was a key objective and goal that's been achieved.
The project envisioned wildland firefighting shifting to a self-learning and self-correcting culture. And the Wildland Fire Lessons Learned Center is absolutely central to that vision and has taken the lead on creating that learning culture.
Lessons learned is a tremendous asset to people, for learning good outcomes, bad outcomes, lessons, education, whatever. That's kind of one-stop shopping. I know if you go to Lessons Learned, you're always going to learn something good.
Everything we're doing, the lessons learned, the things we're talking about today, huge. Those lessons are out there, and unless they're communicated back, that relegates us to having to individually learn those lessons ourselves. And some of those lessons are very expensive, and they need to be learned much more effectively and with less pain.
The right of refusal to turn down assignments, I think, is a key accomplishment.
One of the things that came out of TriData was listening to our firefighters on the line. If you have a firefighter that has a concern about a safety hazard, or you have a crew superintendent that feels that they're being asked to go into a situation that's unsafe, they need to be able to turn down that assignment, and they need to be supported in that decision. You know, before, our leaders would go to class and sit in the class for 8 hours or all week, and that's what they would learn and how they would learn leadership. Now they actually go out in the field.
It gives me something to look at on occasion and focus back on what's really important, and those ground level firefighters, and being sure that they get realistic, effective, and stressful training to be sure they're ready when they get on the fire ground.
You know, I think that we've moved to a level in the wildland fire community where we're starting to focus on high reliability organizing. Simply defined, HROs or organizations that operate in a hazardous environment, yet we strive for and we maintain good safety records.